For legendary actor Gene Hackman, his wife and their dog were all found dead inside of their home. Now, according to a search warrant, investigators found no signs of carbon monoxide.
Just when we thought the mystery surrounding Gene Hackman's final days couldn't get any darker, a chilling new video has surfaced. And this time, it's not about Hackman himself. It's about his beloved dog. A viral video is now spreading across the internet, showing disturbing footage of Hackman's dog's final moments, and what it reveals is more terrifying than anyone expected. Some say it proves foul play. Others believe it was a warning. But one thing is certain, this was not a natural death. The video they never wanted you to see. The footage, leaked anonymously, appears to show Hackman's dog collapsing suddenly, as if something was happening to it in real time. One moment, the dog is standing, alert. The next, it begins staggering, as if dizzy or disoriented. Then, it lets out a chilling, painful howl before collapsing completely. Something was wrong. But the most disturbing detail? The dog was alone when it happened. No sign of Hackman. No sign of struggle. Just sudden, unexplained distress. And then, gone. The timing is too suspicious. Let's not forget, Hackman's dog died just days before Hackman himself. Was this just a coincidence, or was it a calculated message? Because now, with this video surfacing, experts are beginning to suspect the unthinkable. Was the dog poisoned? Did someone break into Hackman's home and do something to it? Or did the dog react to something terrifying? Something it saw but couldn't escape? And most importantly, was Hackman next? A closer look at the video. Disturbing clues emerge. Forensic experts have already analyzed the footage, and their findings are deeply unsettling. No signs of a struggle, meaning the dog wasn't attacked physically. No visible wounds, but distressing behavior suggests internal damage. Bloodshot eyes before collapse, a potential sign of toxin exposure or suffocation. Strange shadows in the background. Some claim they see movement, but no clear figure can be identified. What does this mean? Many now believe the dog didn't just die, it was targeted. Did the dog uncover something it wasn't supposed to? Another theory has emerged, one that is even more chilling. What if the dog sensed something? Did it hear something beneath the house? Did it see an intruder in the shadows? Was it reacting to a threat that Hackman never saw coming? Dogs are known for their heightened senses. They can pick up on danger long before humans do. So what if this wasn't just a poisoning or a random event? What if this was the dog's final warning before it was silenced? And if that's true, what was it trying to warn Hackman about? The FBI's involvement. Why did they seize the footage? The most disturbing part? The FBI was notified about the video the moment it went viral, and instead of dismissing it as unimportant, they immediately stepped in to have it removed from multiple platforms. Copies were wiped from social media. Original uploaders were silenced or had their accounts suspended. The full version of the footage is now nearly impossible to find. Why? If this was just a simple case of a dog's death, why go to such extreme lengths to hide it? Unless it proves something they don't want the world to see. Theories that can't be ignored. With every passing hour, more people are piecing together the disturbing puzzle. Here are the leading theories. 1. The dog was poisoned as a warning to Hackman. Hackman had dangerous information and was possibly being watched. The death of his dog was a psychological attack, a message that he was next. 2. The dog was eliminated for what it saw. What if the dog witnessed someone breaking into Hackman's property? What if it was silenced before it could alert Hackman to what was coming? 3. There was something in Hackman's house that killed it. Was there a hidden gas leak, a secret toxin, or an experimental substance that caused the dog to die? And if so, was Hackman exposed to it next? 4. The video was released as a distraction from the bigger truth. What if someone leaked the footage on purpose to steer attention away from what really happened to Hackman? The dog's death may be a smaller piece of a much bigger conspiracy. One thing is for sure, this video was never meant to go public. And now that it has, the FBI is working overtime to bury it. What happens next? The full video is being removed from the internet at an alarming rate. People who have seen it describe the footage as deeply unsettling. And still, no official explanation has been given for why Hackman's dog died in such a disturbing way. But the timeline is impossible to ignore. The dog dies mysteriously. Days later, Hackman himself is dead. Now the FBI is scrambling to erase any evidence. Something isn't right, and the more they try to hide the truth, the more suspicious it becomes. Why didn't Gene Hackman's kids check in on him? The mysterious family secrets revealed. A legend left alone. But why? Gene Hackman was one of Hollywood's greatest actors, a man whose presence on screen commanded respect. Yet, in his later years, he disappeared from the spotlight, retiring to a quiet life in Santa Fe, New Mexico. But what's most unsettling isn't his retirement. It's the fact that despite his legendary career and wealth, his own children seemingly never checked in on him. As the world mourned his passing, one question echoed louder than the rest. Why was Gene Hackman left to live out his final days in isolation? Where were his kids, and why didn't they step in? The family that never looked back. Hackman had 3 children, Christopher, Leslie, and Elizabeth Hackman. Unlike their father, they stayed far from Hollywood's limelight, living private lives away from the industry that made their dad a household name. But what's strange is that they were almost never seen publicly with him. Unlike other celebrity families, where children are often spotted supporting their parents at events, the Hackman kids were virtually absent from their father's later life. Even as his health declined, even as he aged into his 90s, his children never seemed to be around. Why? Was there a falling out that nobody knew about? Did Gene push them away? Or was there something deeper, something buried in the shadows of his past? The shocking lack of contact. By the time Hackman entered his later years, he was living in complete privacy. Unlike many other aging stars, he had no major public support system, no family gatherings, no children by his side. And when his death was announced, his children didn't release any statements. There was no public tribute, no emotional message about losing a father, no stories of cherished memories. It was as if he had already been forgotten long before he passed. Was there a broken relationship? Sources close to Hackman suggest that his family was never truly close. Reports indicate that after his divorce from his first wife, Faye Maltese, in 1986, his relationship with his children began to fade. Did the divorce create a divide that was never repaired? Did Hackman's dedication to his Hollywood career come at the cost of his family bonds? Friends claim that even before his retirement, Hackman had grown distant from his children. Some say he was simply a private man who didn't like attachments. Others believe there was a rift that no one ever spoke about. If that's the case, the question becomes, who distanced themselves first, Gene or his kids? A man who never looked back. One thing is clear, Hackman didn't seem to chase after relationships. Even as he stepped away from acting, even as his health declined, he made no effort to reconnect publicly with his children. Some believe that, after spending his life in the spotlight, he simply wanted to be left alone. Others think he harbored regrets, but felt it was too late to fix things. And then, there's the more chilling possibility. What if there was something that kept his children away? Did his children know something we didn't? As more details emerged after his passing, some started questioning whether Hackman's children were avoiding him for a reason. Was there something about his life, something about his past, that made them want to keep their distance? Did they uncover something about their father that changed their perception of him? Was there a deep-rooted issue, hidden from the public, that fractured their relationship beyond repair? Or were they simply uninterested in reconnecting, choosing their own paths away from their father's shadow? The truth remains elusive, but one fact is undeniable. Gene Hackman, one of Hollywood's greatest stars, spent his final years alone. And his children? They never came back. A sad Hollywood legacy. Gene Hackman's death marks the end of an era, but it also leaves behind an unsettling truth that even the most successful, the most celebrated, the most talented individuals can find themselves alone in the end. For decades, he gave the world unforgettable performances. And yet, when he needed someone to check in on him, no one was there. The silence from his children only deepens the mystery. Were they simply absent? Or was there something darker keeping them away? Only they know the real answer, and perhaps we never will. FBI discovers secret tunnel under Gene Hackman's mansion. They turn pale when they see what's inside. The mysterious deaths of legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife took a shocking turn when FBI investigators uncovered a secret tunnel beneath their $4 million New Mexico mansion. What they found inside left them stunned and speechless. The hidden passageway, buried deep under the estate, has sparked endless speculation. Was it tied to their deaths, or did it hide something far more sinister? As authorities remain tight-lipped, the world is left wondering, what could have possibly turned their faces pale? Mysterious contents. When FBI agents first entered the hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's mansion, they were met with a sight that left them speechless. The dark, damp space was filled with mysterious contents that seemed to be waiting for someone to uncover them. As they shone their flashlights around, the eerie glow revealed a collection of items that sparked curiosity and speculation. Among the first things they noticed were old crates stacked against the walls. Some were covered in dust, suggesting they hadn't been touched in years. What could be inside? As agents carefully opened a few of the crates, they found a mix of strange objects. Some contained old photographs, faded and worn, showing people who looked like they belonged to another time. Others held stacks of yellowed papers, possibly journals or letters that hinted at secrets long kept. One crate even held a collection of peculiar tools, some of which looked like they belonged to a craftsman, while others appeared more like equipment used for strange experiments. The agents exchanged glances, wondering what kind of activities had taken place in this hidden space. As they dug deeper, they discovered odd symbols etched into the walls and strange markings on the floor, raising even more questions. Were these remnants of Hackman's past, or did they point to something more sinister? Each item sparked wild theories about what Hackman might have been involved in. The contents of the tunnel now hold the key to a mystery that many want to solve. As investigators continue to piece together the story behind these strange finds, the public eagerly awaits each new detail.